I'm from Switzerland originally. I was born and raised there. My dad had his own business and he was restoring old furniture. And therefore, I learned a lot about hand tools and how to work and smaller machinery as well. I realized at one point that my neighbor kids that I grew up with, they were quite fond of the stuff that I was able to create. But I always felt like just having a regular type working life was not for me. I always felt like I wanted to do something a little bit extra. The sculpting really is a gift. I'm a tool and die maker. Having learned the tool and die trade is amazing because you get so many different aspects of engineering and machining and materials to be using. I implement all these skills into my art as well. I guess my sculptures are my children, they are my legacy. It is important to me to have a message with my sculptures. And in Europe, there's a lot of sculptures, and some of them are 500 plus years old. I realized that you can have a message in your sculpture and it will outlast you or us. This guy here I call Mankind. As you can see, he's chewing off his own foot, which shows the self-destructive way that we seem to be living. Everybody knows that we're destroying our environment. This is what we're doing. We're basically chewing our own foot, ravaging and taking our resources to the limits. It should be in our National Museum in Ottawa, and I should be a millionaire, but for now, I guess it has to stay here till they make up their mind. I say. It looks like a mess to some people, but there's purpose in every piece here. I liked knives, I liked guns too when I was younger. It was mankind's first thing that we created was a knife. It was just an edge on something. To me, it's a tool, it's not a weapon. These days, I forge my own Damascus steel because I love stainless. Snake wood that comes from Central America. Yeah, this one here, if you see me out in the bush, this is on my side and I don't care what you think. I'd rather have something with me than not. Well, this here's my latest one. I'm creating an astronaut's helmet. I'm trying to duplicate it as good as I can, just off pictures that I got from the internet. Well, the helmet is not really for me. Mind you though, I'm a dreamer too. It's the boy that's going to wear it, because we can only become what we can dream of. I like the challenge of sculpting. If you make a mistake, it will show.
So this is your favorite?
The statement is definitely perfect. And perfect we'll just have to do this now. Hey now.
When I was a kid, I was always into art, and I think that I actually paint similar to how I painted when I was like 4 or 5. I find it really interesting how that childish nature within all of us doesn't actually go away. It wasn't until I actually moved to New York City where I started to develop an eating disorder. Stopping myself from eating was just one way of being able to control my life, which felt very out of control. And after having the very hard decision of leaving what I thought was my dream at the time, of like making it in New York, I had to start from the bottom. So I would just go and drop into these life drawing classes. And there's like hour-long poses that you're supposed to study her, but I was so ashamed because I couldn't see myself in her. I found it so therapeutic to just be able to witness a woman with like full curves, had the confidence to do that, but I didn't have even the confidence to be seen. This nude artwork that I used to draw, I would like awkwardly like play music and like draw the blinds. But it was great because I got something from them, that they were being vulnerable with me. I was able to see the difference between who they were when they showed up and the fear they had and the emancipation. And so that's when my journey restarted. These pieces in particular are depicting, I guess, my own internal conversation that I'm having about the ignorance that I've carried with myself, my white privilege that I've exerted in ways subconsciously at the expense of others, and just really taking account of who I am in the world in the active collective consciousness. And I find the ability to use more than one medium just help me express a little bit more the energy that I've been feeling in my body. I was pretty angry when I was painting this because I was channeling old belief systems and honestly saying fuck the old belief systems, fuck systemic racism, because it needs to die. And Frida's been one of my muses that I actively call in when I paint because of her energy that she held. The studio is filled with Agong people here. I'm sure you can feel it. I remember just waking up and my room being filled with what I know to be spirits, milky, sort of opaque figure. And I was told it was scary. I told it was not normal or it was fake or it wasn't real. But it totally shut off for me. At least I thought it did. And it started to come back when I was in my mid-20s, and then bam, like a fire hydrant exploded and like I couldn't turn off the tap. And I always get that like feeling in the back of my neck where I'm like, oh yes, someone's here. But I never ever felt like I was alone. Sometimes I leave my body, sometimes I'm here. But they're constantly communicating with me with images that I just see just like seeing my third eye or my lines. I truly believe that my intention as an artist is to paint the divine within me so others can feel the divine within them. The canvas is a beacon of light on their wall. So if anyone's interested in looking at my artwork or even getting in touch with me personally, they can head to my website, which is toryswanson.com, or my Instagram handle, which is Tori S. Swanson. And there you'll be able to see a lot of the work that I'm up to. And right now I'm really passionate about the Artist Support Pledge. Artists can participate in that. It's a really great way for them to continue sharing their talent and their message with the world.
Back in 2018, that's when I first moved to Canada. And that's when I actually first got to experience the world of snow and the cold winters. So that was a different experience. Art came into my life at a very young age. After some time, like when I'm done with school and everything, I would like to just have my own production company and become a director and be able to tell African stories and be able to bring it international. The idea behind this space was women empowerment. So back home in Kenya or other countries in Africa, women are very, very powerful mindset. This space was to appreciate the strength in women back in Africa. So this was a very emotional piece for me. This piece was actually the first piece that I did in Canada. The idea is that you should not fear anybody because of their skin color or because of their background or where they come from. Photography has just been very fruitful for me because it's been evolving every second, every shot I take, every second, or every shoot I do. It's just been evolving, and I've spent more time in photography. Yeah, portraits with a taste in fashion photography. Canada is a very multi-diverse country, so it has really exposed me to a lot of different situations, and I've been able to learn a lot from them. Be able to direct short films and sharing African stories that can make a change for the upcoming future generations. Once you have that striking shot or that striking short movie, you should not relax on that. You should just keep going, because once you sit down, there's someone who is working harder than you. Never stop creating. You gotta keep creating. So that's a wrap. First photo shoot of after pandemic crisis. But, we made it. Oh yeah, by the way, you can find my information. Just go to Instagram at Michael Oyaro, and check them out. Follow. Make sure you slide in the DMs a little bit. If you're on a photo shoot or something. But yeah.